The road of flames. Moses' call and freedom. My beloved child, do you feel the weight of isolation, the sting of loneliness that seems to press upon your spirit? Let me remind you of Moses, a man who walked a road of flames marked by trial, obedience, and ultimate freedom. Moses was once a prince in Egypt, surrounded by wealth and grandeur. Yet his heart was restless, for he saw the suffering of his people. He acted in anger, fled into the wilderness, and found himself alone. Have you ever felt like Moses, driven by regret, isolated, wondering if you've strayed too far? But I never abandoned Moses, and I will never abandon you. In the solitude of the desert, I revealed myself to him through a burning bush that was not consumed. Moses, Moses, I called, and he answered, Here I am. Even in his isolation, he was not alone, for I had a plan for him, just as I have a plan for you. I sent Moses back to Egypt with a divine mission, to free my people from bondage. He was afraid, uncertain, and questioned his ability. Who am I, he asked, that I should go to Pharaoh? But I told him, I will be with you, my child. When you feel unworthy or inadequate, remember my promise, I am with you. Pharaoh's heart was hard, his pride unyielding. So I showed my power through the plague's blood in the Nile. Frogs, lice, wild beasts, darkness, and more. Each one was a sign, not just for Pharaoh, but for all who doubted my might. The final plague, the death of Egypt's firstborn, broke Pharaoh's resistance. My people were set free, but their journey was far from. When they reached the Red Sea, with water before them and Pharaoh's army behind, fear took hold. They cried out in despair, but I was there. Moses, I said, stretch out your staff. And the waters parted. Walls of water rose on either side, and my people walked across on dry ground. The enemy pursued, but I closed the sea behind them. The path to freedom was forged through my power, and no obstacle could stand in the way of my child. The same power that parted the sea is with you today. When you face loneliness, when the road ahead seems impossible, trust I am the God who sees you, who walks with you, who never leaves. Moses' journey didn't end at the sea. He led my people through the wilderness, where they learned to rely on me. They doubted, they stumbled, but I provided manna from heaven and water from the. Even when they felt alone, I was their pillar of cloud by day and fire by night. In your loneliness, remember this: isolation is not the absence of my presence. It is often where you hear my voice most clearly. Like Moses, I call you by Like Moses, I ask you to trust my plan, even when it seems unclear. The road of flames is not easy, but it is holy. It burns away doubt and fear, leaving faith and freedom. You are never alone. Walk with me, and I will lead you to the promised land, not just a place, but a peace that passes all understanding. Trust me, my beloved. I am the God who parts seas, who lights the way, who turns isolation into transformation. When you feel lost, look to the burning bush. Listen for your road of flames will lead to freedom, and your loneliness will be turned into the joy of my presence.